Welcome into Taco Bowler Gaming. My name is Taco Bowler, and today we are beginning a new campaign in Hearts of Iron 4 playing as Poland. The goal of this campaign is multifaceted. I will mention that we're also trying a facial cam for reactions. Hopefully that's good. If you don't want to see my ugly face, then let me know in the comments. If you want to see that more, let me know that in the comments as well. So we're going to be trying for Poland can into space, finish all rocket technologies as Poland. So we have to have researched advanced rocket engines. We're going to be going for No More Partitions, as Poland be independent and ensure that both Germany and the USSR are either in your faction or don't exist. We're going to be trying for Crusader Kings III, as Poland crown a king or queen and capture Jerusalem. And we're going to be trying for Habsburgs Everywhere, as Poland install a Habsburg monarch and be in a faction with another Habsburg monarch, namely the Kingdom of Hungary. So, how are we going to do this? Well, there's a couple of things about this. Number one, I should say, is that Germany, as long as they are under Mr. Schmittler, very, very much so desires your land as Poland. They desire the state of Danzig, okay, so here's Danzig, and they desire Gdynia, I think Ponzon? Let me see if I can see that in the focuses here. Danziger War gains a core on Danzig and Gdynia, and we have claims on Ponzon and Katowice, which is where? I don't actually know that one. Maybe that's not a thing? Maybe I just have a different name to it. Oh, here. So they desire Katowice, they desire Ponzan, they desire Gdynia, they desire Danzig. So we have a couple of things we could do about that. We could release Silesia. But there's no thing on Ponzon, so you're just hoping. There's also Kushibia, and then we could just give up Danzig, which does have Kushibia in it there. This would be here, but unless Danzig is seen, then maybe we can lose the core on Ponzon. Hopefully that actually works. I know there's a bug with it. That's one way, but then still, he's probably not going to like you. If I go to ask to join faction, there's a 2,000 penalty that the German Reich has strategic reasons not to ally Poland. So, that makes it difficult to do anything here. You're probably going to have to fight Germany. But then Mr. Schallen, Mustachio here, he wants your land. He would like all of Eastern Poland, right? This is the partitions. He wants all of that, and I think that's in something in the common turn. Let's see. They've moved it now with this one. Claims on Poland. So yeah, all of those 6 states, 7 states, they get a claim on, and they can demand it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably all the 6 that border him, I'm gonna guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6. So you lose a lot of land there. You're gonna lose a lot of land here. It's not great as Poland here. So the way you get around that, the way I'm getting around that, is to go non-historical. So this is a non-historical game, and this will do 2 things. Number 1, it gives a chance for Mr. Stalin to be removed. Number 2, it gives a chance for Mr. Schmittler to be removed. And number 3, it oftentimes, at least I find in non-historical games, it oftentimes breaks up the factions. There's each individual faction is a little bit less and a little bit easier to fight. But what we're going to do is we're going to play non-historical, and we're going to restart as many times as we need to ensure that there is a Kaiser. Because I want this focus right here. Seek alliance with the Kaiser. That focus will give me Germany gets the event. Poland seeks to join the Axis, which really Poland seeks to form a alliance when we get to that, because obviously the Axis will be no more. So we are going to go with non-aligned, and we will restart until Germany has its civil war, and hopefully we'll install the Kaiser. I'm going to go in a recording session before the first video is uploaded. I'm going to go and get the alliance, or make sure that the Kaiser is reinstalled before I declare that this is the run. That is the only thing, though, that I'm going to restart for. There are a couple other things that can derail the run, but if any of those happen, we just deal with it. But we're going to go down here. We're going to go for a Habsburg king. And then for Habsburg, you need, let's see, where is Germany? Press the Habsburg claim. So you need this one here. And then you can get Habsburg Alliance. If Karl is your country's leader, and the Kingdom of Hungary has Otto von Habsburg as the country's leader and is not in a faction, or is the faction leader, then you can get the Habsburg Alliance. From what I've been told by others, you have to do this one and then do the alliance with the Kaiser, or you won't be able to get an alliance with Germany. After that, you can maybe press the Habsburg claim. I don't know what it is, but you can hopefully get the Habsburgs back with that after you've joined joined Germany. But otherwise, it doesn't really matter. Hungary's not going to give you that much in terms of strength for the alliance, so it's there. The other thing we're going to do is that once we join Germany, that's when we will fight the Soviets, and we will take out the Soviets. We'll be in a faction with Germany, having taken out the Soviets. That's our plans for getting the No More Partitions. And then, hopefully, we will be able to go to war with the United Kingdom, who currently own the places we need for Crusader Kings III. We'll take those provinces there. We will get Crusader Kings III. What do I need for that one, by the way? Just capture Jerusalem. Controls Palestine. So that's so we have to control this state. So once we have the Soviets, we will then go to war with the United Kingdom. Things that can derail this game. Obviously, we're waiting for Germany to have the Kaiser, so that's just going to happen. Things that can derail this game: if the Kingdom of Hungary does something weird, that's not going to be great. If the United Kingdom allies with Germany, that's going to be really bad for us. What that would have to do, I think, is that you'd have to conquer the Soviets almost entirely, get as much of that land yourself as you can, and take over the faction over a German Reich, which is going to be difficult, but it is going to be a German Reich that doesn't have a lot of what it normally gets in terms of Austria and Czechoslovakia, etc. In fact, you actually get Czechoslovakia through this focus path, usually. You wind up uniting with Bohemia, and that gets you not only Czechoslovakia, but oh, interesting. But yeah, that we will get the King of Bohemia and that stuff. We will create a faction here and get Czechoslovakia through the focus tree anyway, so that'll be good. But what I'm going to do now, that's the plan, to get all 4 of those achievements. My plan is to try to get the first 3 as quick as I can, and then probably in the series I'll keep going and I'll record. If anything interesting happens after that, great, but I think it's just going to be run out the clock until I can get the rockets, so at that point I will cut. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut to the beginning of the run that winds up with the Kaiser. So I'll see you on that run. Okay. Hopefully this is the run. This is the first try. See, the shirt's the same and everything. Alright, so we're going to do basic machine tools, construction, yeah, just our standard stuff. We should build some civilian factories. Set that up. A military. Let's see, we have 5. Alright. Sorry for the phone interruption. Our military here. 5 factories to go. Do we have close air support? We do have close air support. I would like that at least. We need trains. We need a truck. I have not researched trucks yet. Okay. Which one of these is better? 331. Oh, nothing. Okay. Get that. Alright, and then I think just go 2 to that and maybe 1 to towed anti-air. That's more important than those. We'll leave that there. That should be okay. Let's get all of our divisions ready in a thing. Alright, get all of the cav out. Get the mountaineers. I'm not going to mess with it. So, let's see. All of you to this. All of you to that. I'm not going to worry about cavalry. Cavalry has its purpose in this game, but for today, no. And then we're just going to set them all on the border and start drilling. Get some army experience. Alright, resources. I still need that rubber. Anyone that I'm probably going to wind up in a group with, I don't have a clue who I'm going to wind up with, so we'll just do Siam. They're not going to be that much of a threat. Alright, let's look at focuses. One thing is Poland nowadays is that you have this looming peasant strike. You have 364 days to get that done, but you affect that by completing the focus Agrarian Reform, which is way over here on the left, all the way over here. There we go. And when it's affected, or when this focus is selected, the peasant strike is delayed by 70 days, and when it's completed, you remove it. It's a 70-day focus. So essentially, as long as you take this right at 1 day left, you should be okay. Which means we have 350 days worth of focuses before we need to take this one. We have to get down to it for starters. And it requires refill in the railway gaps. So we have to do that one. We have to do the 4-year plan. And that one. Sorry for the dog. So I want to get the 4-year plan. That's 35. I want to get establish the assembly of the Regency Council. That's 35. We want to get fulfill the 5th of November Act. That's 35. So that's 3 35s. And then I want to focus a lot on this side over here. Although I will potentially do prepare for the next war as a 35-day focus if I need it. Or when I need it. But we'll just fill the railway gaps. I want to get Polish School of Mathematics, so that's going to be 210. I want to get National Defense Fund, which is consumer factories minus 15%. I think that's going to be really good for minus 70. And then you have land fort construction speed. That's really good. Some industry over here. We eventually want to get over here for rocketry and stuff like that. There's the 5th research slot right here. So a lot of things there. Investing in Eastern Poland, really, really good as well. But I want to do mostly as much of this as I can before we are crowning the Habsburg. But we will do the Habsburg if we need to quickly, and we'll start running down here to try and get Habsburg Alliance as quick as we can. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the 4-year plan first to get that construction speed going. We must plan for the expansion of our infrastructure to accommodate not only our present industry, but also the future. So we have a 100% research bonus for construction technology, and we gain the 4-year plan for construction speed. So that's really, really good. Let's get that going. And we should be good to go now. Let's go. And we're going to have a large deficit of guns, but that should be okay. Ultimately. And I'm going to at least set this to the shift one now, until we get that deficit of guns taken care of. But it's something to remember and note. Now, do I have anything? We have submarines and destroyers. I have no dockyards to speak of. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Because we are going to either have to go through France, or we are going to have to naval invade the United Kingdom over here. It's a problem for a very future episode, but it is still a problem that's worth noting and remembering. But it's what it is. And I do think, let me see, the Kaiser side does have Danzig for guarantees. Stop that. Offers the guarantee for territory. I think it's just these two, but I'm not going to build in these two. And that is my entire coast, so I'm hoping that we get Lithuania at some point. I haven't actually seen where we would get Lithuania, but I'm hopeful that we do get it at some point. All right, let's go ahead and get that research slot, or no, let's go ahead and get down to here. Fill the railway gaps. Poland was once divided between three powers, and as such, our rail networks are distant and unconnected. We must unite these three separate railway lines into one if we're to make Poland the centralized industry we are to become. So yeah, I'm going to get the industry going first. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Oh, my chair is sinking. No idea if that's a good idea, or if I should go directly for the Habsburg and go down the political line the way I kind of normally do, but that's what we're going to do, regardless. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping we get Lithuania, because I know that these two are probably going to wind up with the Soviets if there's no gigantic problem in the Civil War there. And halfway through this, we'll discover if this is the run anyway. Because it might not be. And I don't have a clue what you can see down here or not, but if you've seen that, I had a physical today and blood draw. So the bandage is nothing to worry about. Let's see, we could do an intelligence agency eventually. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea to do the intelligence agency before we get that consumer goods. Oh, that looks like a beautiful agency. I don't know how much we'll do. There we go! Alright. So, the Civil Wars happened. That's a good start. I didn't see anything else that was done. That's a good start. Hopefully as Turkey remilitarized the Straits. Alright, so hopefully these guys wind up with the Kaiser. Hopefully. Let's take a look if there's any specific decisions. Reorganize the railways. Yeah, no. Reform the Commonwealth. Controls all Lithuanian states. Average compliance in Lithuania is more than 80%. And we gain cores. Okay. Duly noted. So, question, then, when we get over here, is that a thing? Do we get anything for Lithuania? I don't know if we do. Reclaim West Slavia. Now a core of Poland. Ooh. So she's going up against Germany would be something. Maybe they'll give it to us. I don't know. So I don't think there's anything in here that deals with Lithuania. I don't think so. So, on that front then, let me actually have you come over here, and let's just take care of that problem. I need world tension to be at 50. Okay. Guess we won't worry about that for a while then. Hopefully there will be something that can do that. Japanese young officer coup. A group of young officers has succeeded in toppling the government and reinstating the emperor as the supreme ruler of the Japanese nation. It appears this was a reaction to perceived threats of widespread government corruption and adherence to hostile ideologies. Already referring to the nation even more consistently in imperial terms, the officers have announced purges will continue until all unsavory elements have been removed from the military and the government. Emperor Hirohito himself has released a brief statement, assuming the leadership offered to him by the rebels and make clear overtures of reconciliation with China and the Western colonial powers in the Pacific. Okay. Alright, let's just zoom out so we can quickly go over here, and let's zoom in here. National Defense Fund, I want that going as soon as I can. Citizens and states alike must contribute to the funding and growing of our growing industry to prepare for the perils of the years to come. Then we will go back over and we'll start doing political stuff. I know that I kind of like research, but we'll see. Perhaps the Regency Council will change the threshold, but, I mean, not aligned needing 50% world tension. Relatively common in EU4, in Hearts of Iron 4, so maybe not. I can't send volunteers, I can't send a Lend-Lease. I need only 40% world tension for that, though. More money for the army. Yeah, I wasn't spending much money on the Navy anyway. That wasn't a thing that was happening. Where are we on guns now? 17,000. So that's not bad. Alright, so an operative can be recruited. I think this is the one we would want. Let's go ahead and get them going in Lithuania. Or no. We should get you in Czechoslovakia. Now, do I do 5 of something? And I think so. Let's go ahead and do the, to quote Bittersteel, unfortunately named pills. I always like that. They actually fought over this. They took it. I never take this when I'm doing the German Empire. Don't worry about it. But they took it. Good for them. So I'm guessing that this would be the claim Silesia. Yeah, that's Silesia. So that's what they're taking. This would be here. No, that's that one. And you have foreign claims there. No, that's all Germany. Interesting. Okay. Don't have a clue if the Kaiser's going to give that to us or not. So do I do that or do I do trucks? Because we really need trucks. I don't think we need trucks yet. Let's get some more building. We are going to do concentrated. We're going to trust that if we're in a faction with Germany, we should be safe from the air. Although I do like to move things around. I don't move things around as nearly as much as I used to, as far as that goes. The military really does struggle, or the AI really does struggle with this. Alright, commando training. Let's do that one. And I should unlock the department. That's 8, though. That would be, if I unlock the department into the first 2, the ones that are 5, that would work. Alright, as much as I want this, I think we have to start, at least, to do the Regency Council here. The Act of the 5th of November was a promise made by the Central Powers to release a free and independent Polish kingdom out of the ashes of the Russian Empire. The resulting regency failed to find a monarch before surrendering all powers to Podilsky, but with the Senatitionists unable to form a stable government, perhaps it's time we re-establish the regency to find Poland her rightful king. Yes, indeed. Let's find a rightful king to Poland. No idea why my screen just went red there. I didn't go communist. Alright, well, I guess we're going to be able to do a political power, which we should absolutely get a theorist. Okay, we're back. I swear I can go 3 days without getting a phone call, and I try and record. Anyway, the theorist doesn't give army experience. I want army experience, so we're looking at the infantry expert here. And then maybe armor division eventually. We'll see. But yeah, we're going to definitely do the infantry expert first. Go. Alright. Where are we here? I think I'm going to stop right there. I hope you've enjoyed this episode in all of its many parts. I've been Talk Bowler Gaming, and I will see you next time.